Hey, producer Doug here of the Bad Boujee Bros Sports Podcast. Listen, I'm coming to you right now because I want to share something with you. On a personal note, I believe in turning tragedies into triumphs and also turning crap into cream. Let me tell you what happened. We had a technical glitch on and during what would be the best podcast we've ever produced for the Bad Boujee Bros, and we had a video issue. The file was choppy. It didn't work, but the audio was flawless. Now, the good part is I learned something from a technical standpoint. We need to have a redundancy backup for the redundancy backup. It's crazy, but I had to upgrade on a couple of levels. So anyway, it's all good, but as we promised you guys, quality content, this one is going to be very entertaining for you, and the time is going to fly by. So check out the Mapp Family on the Bad Boujee Bros Sports Podcast. All right. Yeah. It's the Bad Boujee Bros Sports Podcast. Jimmy Jam. What's going on?
All this stuff is going on. Are you kidding me? Life is good.
I know that's right. Ricochet Riley. What's going on in your world?
Oh, nothing really. Just the same old.
Well, just bopping around. Ricochet.
Working, going to school, podcast.
Sweet.
Trying to get through life, you know.
Well, I don't know about this guy, but I just came off vacation.
Oh, actually, I did.
Chillville. You were the Chillville.
Yeah, and you know we had some a lot of fun.
Man,
you know,
it looked like it.
We had people in Curacao and Aruba knew who Bad Boujee Bros Sports got. Listen to me, I'm all tongue-tied. Bad Boujee Bros Sports Podcast was.
Hey,
I swear to God.
Hey, look, if anybody don't believe him, check Facebook.
That's right.
He was all over that joke.
Oh, my goodness.
Man, you know what, though? The good part is you didn't mention the name of the cruise ship.
I did.
Well, you did say the cruise ship, but you didn't say, like, was it Carnival?
Yeah, it was Carnival Magic.
Okay.
Yeah, we made some magic on that. Yeah,
okay, that's
made
cool.
some magic.
That's a promo for them.
Yeah.
But no, that was a great trip. We got to make sure we do it where the whole team can go out, and maybe we'll run a promotion like Jimmy Jam was. Jimmy, tell us what you were talking about.
Well,
wait. This isn't going to be etched in stone, though.
Well,
but it's an idea.
Okay, this is an idea that I came up with. We had some young ladies with us, and we're going to call them the Bad Boujee Bros Hype Squad.
Okay.
We had them on a ship. They had their Bad Boujee Bros Louis Vuitton-like jerseys on, and man, it was, oh my goodness, these young, beautiful girls with these jerseys. Everybody wanted to know, who are these?
Exactly.
Right.
Man, I had them jumping in pools and oceans and stuff.
Hey, truth be told, I was like, who are they?
That's right.
I was watching you on Facebook like, who are they?
So, eventually, you know, I asked producer Doug the other day, it's like, man, we have to have a podcast with these young ladies.
Yes.
So our Hype Squad.
You think we can do, have a wardrobe for them, like bikinis and tops, or are we going to give them all overalls? What you think?
We can do overalls. Leave it to the imaginations.
Right.
Psych.
Right. All right. Hey, so now we got a great show today. Ricochet, Jimmy Jam, what's the show looking like
You
today?
know what? I'm going to tell you something. This show, to me, I've been waiting for this one for a long time because we're talking about youth sports, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this family here, and they are the perfect example of families who are thinking about getting their children into youth sports. They are the perfect family to tell you how to do it because they have 3 young men that started at the age of, I remember just meeting this family when the youngest, and we'll introduce them later.
They started at the age of small and little.
No, really. And they know how to do it. I mean, now their kids are playing, they're in football, track, wrestling, and whatever. I know they played baseball too at one time.
Jeez.
But this is the perfect family to tell these young families that are thinking about getting into sports. They can tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
From transportation to getting other family members involved and getting, the kids back and forth to practices and games and stuff like that, because it's very important. They're going to show the world, the podcast world, the family dynamics of youth sports.
Now, see,
The Mapp Family.
Yes.
hey, now, the thing that's funny now, I know, Ricochet, you were sort of involved with sports.
Sort of,
Sorta.
not as much as the Mapp Family.
But see, this is what I'm saying. Now, see, they do it the old school way. They actually care. Now, did your parents put you on an Uber car and send you to practice?
No, it wasn't like that. They just kind of wanted me to do something. They were just like, you're young, you should like either play t-ball or try something. So I ended up playing t-ball, and I played baseball for a while, and then I dropped in like middle school and I played track in high school. But like I was never really huge into sports.
So Riley, I have a question.
Sure, go ahead.
Do you have any little brothers or sisters?
I have a younger brother. Yes, he's 3 years younger than me.
Okay. So my question is, I don't know, maybe your parents were dropping you off so they can work on the family? I don't.
Oh.
Get them out of here.
I never thought of that actually. But
Say we need to do
I
this
would have been
again
like
to get
3
us an
years old.
athlete.
So
He had that look. He was like, oh, man.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that. Crap. Now he wasn't much more of an athlete than I was, though, so it didn't really work out for him if that's what they were trying to do.
There you go. Well, cool. Let's jump into the,
You
to
know
the meat
what?
of the show.
Again, this family, I've known this family for at least 10 years. They are the epitome of a family, a sport family, and academics. Academics is first in this household. I already know that for a fact. Before these young men can play any sports, the academics have to be there. And I'm proud of this family.
Wow,
I've
yeah,
known it for a long time. Again, and how they do things. I mean, I wish I can go back and do it how they did it. How to map. Mom, Mapp, and Dad Mapp did it.
Mom, man.
Deandre and Shacara Mapp.
All right, let's get
Yes.
into it.
Thank you for coming on the
Guys,
show.
love you guys.
Hey.
So let's just start out real quick. Just tell us a little bit about yourselves and what got you into the sporting scene with your children, or with you guys, whatever you play. How did you start out?
Yeah, how did you guys
I
play
know
the
this
video?
guy shot ball.
Yep, I shot ball. I want to start off by saying I'm from the west side of Detroit.
West side.
West side. Went to Mumford High School.
There you go.
Graduated 05. 05, yeah. I started out playing backyard basketball, actually.
Nice.
Backyard basketball. Started out there, and then I went. We went to Wayne State University. We did. It was a thing that was going on called NYSP. And we did.
What's that? NYSP.
I couldn't tell you the.
Don't
Let me
worry
see.
about it.
Hey, I'm gonna take a guess.
I don't
Could that
Something
be
youth sports.
neighborhood youth sports program?
Oh, okay.
Boom.
That's good.
No, that's what it was. And we did. So it was swimming. It was basketball.
Slick.
And it was swimming, basketball, and flag football. I chose basketball and swimming.
Nice.
Okay.
You know, so that's where it started out for me.
Sweet.
Fabulous.
Nice.
Sweet.
Well, Shacara, so did you play any sports
Yeah.
when you came up?
I went to the K, and I'm an East Sider.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You got to tell what the K is. They're in the suburbs.
Blue
What's
House,
that?
Kettering.
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 Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
What was the what it
Mascot?
Yeah, mascot of Kettering.
Pioneers.
It's a pioneer. Mascot
Yeah.
pioneers.
Pioneers.
Yeah.
Pioneers.
What was Mumford's? What was
Yeah,
Mumford's?
Mustangs.
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 Yeah. Mustangs.
Hey.
West side.
Hey.
East side.
Yes.
Man, that's
So
all right.
growing up, I did volleyball, track, modern dance, jazz, hip hop, ballet. I was a band dancer
A lot of dancing.
Yeah, a lot of days.
That's good though.
Man.
and a cheerleader. So-
Nice.
Man.
Nice.
Awesome. So can
Oh,
you
so you
give
were
us
busy
one of your
too.
cheers back in the day?
Oh no.
Come on, you can try.
see
You can
it.
try. Give us something. Give us a K. Yeah. But anyway.
All right, give her a few minutes to think about it, and then
Gotcha,
before
gotcha.
y'all leave, you got to break a cheer.
Gotcha.
Got to do that.
I'll see.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna just throw one question out there real quick. We're gonna bounce back and forth different questions, so to let you know, okay? Okay? Love it. First of all, what made you, starting with Deandre, what made you guys get your children into sports? What did you, I mean, was it some of your friends or anything like that suggested that you put your kids in sports, or something you wanted to do and you just followed along? How did that work out?
So I call him Duke. When Duke was 3 years old, I found this program called, what was it, NFL flag football or USA flag football?
Yep. I did that too.
And I was like, oh my gosh, we need to put him in some type of sports because I know it helps with academics. It can help with discipline. And so I was like, all right, we're going to try it. So we actually put him in flag football and baseball when he was 3. Baseball did not work out.
Okay.
The first 90-degree day, he ran to, I think, second base. He started crying. He wanted to come off the field. He said it was hot and he was done. We made him still play.
Okay.
He finished the game, full-blown tears, and we realized that baseball was not it for him, but we made him finish because our number one rule, you can quit. You cannot quit. You can stop when the season is over, but quitting is not an option.
There you go.
Once you start, you have to finish. But you don't have to do it again.
Yep.
And football was the one thing that he stuck with, like
Okay.
he fell in love with.
Okay, I want to ask Big D right here a question as far as when you saw your son crying, how did that make you feel? Well, did you, because you're a laid back type of guy. It's like,
Yes.
it's like, man, what you want to, it's like, hey, son, you can do it.
Yep. So
Yeah.
So DeAndre, like out of 3 of my boys, like DeAndre, like he got the worst. My first son, like I was that parent
Pressure.
where, like I said, no excuses. And
It's a guy thing.
Yeah, no,
man. Oh, yeah.
Like I stand on that, no excuses. If you having a bad game, pick yourself up. I never get into it with the coaches and nothing like that. But when I'm talking to my son, I put him to the side. Talk to my son. Get yourself together. We're gonna do it this way. Whether you slacking, stuff like that,
Right.
just get yourself together.
There you go.
We're gonna run with it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I know Riley.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
So what's the biggest struggle and or best part of just your whole family involving in sports all the time?
Oh my gosh, the biggest struggle is our schedule.
Schedule.
Yeah.
So we have 3 kids in multiple sports, and our oldest, he goes to De La Salle, and so they have a very strict and tedious schedule. So there's times where he has to be at school at 6 a.m. and he's not coming home until 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So that's tough. And then in addition to making sure we get our little ones to and from school and sports, so there's days where all 3 have to be at a practice at the same time, 3 different locations. And so we're trying to figure that out around our work schedules as well.
Okay, I got to ask you a question.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you figure that out? So
Yeah.
give us an example. Give us the most recent example. All 3 of the kids had a practice or game. So did you have called mom and dad, some
Yeah.
other friends and family to help out, or what? How did you work that out?
We actually worked it out.
Okay.
So he works midnights.
Okay.
So he's usually at work. When I take Duke to school at 6 a.m. And then I come home, I get the little ones up, get them ready for school. Dylan catches the bus to school at 7:10. Deandre takes Dominic to school. And then after school, Duke gets out at 2:30, and usually he just catches the bus to practice, so that works for him. He catches the bus to practice from school, or he'll ride with a classmate or a teammate. And then Deandre will take, let's say when Dylan had, for example, wrestling practice, and then Dominic is doing training with football, then I may get off work at 4:30. I'll come home, I'll pull up in the driveway, I'm like, hey, I'm outside, grab a water bottle, let's go. I'll take Dylan, DeAndre's taking Dominic, or vice versa, and we're shooting in different directions. But we get it done, and then when Duke is done with practice, he'll call one of us. One of us will leave one of the other kids at practice, let a coach or a parent know, hey, we got to leave, pick up another kid, and we'll be right back.
Dang, so that was
Man,
Monday.
making
That's
me
Monday. What happens on
Making
Tuesday?
me tired. You know what? And 2, and we're gonna make sure you get a plug. 3D Lawn Service. They even have their own landscaping service, and and this too. I mean, how do you guys do
got
it?
time for anything?
Yeah. How do you guys do it?
I feel like I know.
By the grace of God.
There
I
you
will
go.
tell you
There
that.
you go.
I will definitely tell you that.
I couldn't even put it in words. Like that's what it is. And my youngest son, he always let me know, Dad, I can't be late. If I'm tired, getting off of work, Dad, I got to be at school at 8:00.
School starts at 8:20. He wants to be there at 7:50.
Yes.
So today,
mentality.
I was running a little late because Duke had a late start today. So I was like, yes, I get 1 extra hour of sleep because I did his hair at 5 this morning.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to lay back down for 1 hour. And he's like, Mom, it's 7:53. I wanted to be there by 7:50. I'm like, school doesn't start until 8:20.
I didn't mean to cut you off. See, African Americans, they say, did your hair? We get our hair done. And right back, you got his hair, got to get his hair did because he got to look good. You don't play good unless you what?
Look good.
Yeah, baby.
Exactly.
I mean, look at this handsome family. I don't know if you can span around.
Let me
Look
see.
at these handsome young men.
Dang, where am I? Boom. We got. I can't get behind.
Yeah,
Well, let me see. Wait a minute. You
yeah,
guys
yeah.
can put your faces in the camera, can't
Yeah,
you?
what else?
Can you lean forward? They're coming up.
You gotta look
They're
at them
coming
handsome
up.
boys, man.
Man, shoot.
Man, they
My
sell
baby.
tickets just by looking at
Just
them.
looking at them.
Man,
The map look.
shoot, man.
Wait, what you say, Dominic?
I'm the most handsome.
That's right.
Spoken from the shortest one at the table.
Awesome. I mean, so what other? Let's see. As far as the transportation, oh, I can ask you this: how much does it cost in gas a week? You think that's got to be expensive?
Yep.
Okay.
You gotta do the math.
So, unfortunately, we made the decision to get a car that requires premium gas.
Oh no.
So,
Ballers.
yeah, I wish. I am usually putting $75 to $100 every 2 to 3 days in my tank.
Jesus.
Yep.
And that's just me, not even counting the gas he has to put in his car because I work downtown Detroit. So driving from where we live is a 35 to 40-minute drive every day, back and forth with sports and work and everything else that they have us playing taxi cab for.
Right. Yeah.
But see, another thing, and I want to mention about the Mapp family, other than getting the kids around or whatever, and this is something when I met them, Deandre helped coach, and that's another thing.
I was gonna
And Shacara was involved in the inner in the politics. What do you-
I'm still on the board,
you
and I'm
said
still
what?
a team mom.
See,
And I keep
see,
saying
you-
every
you
year
do
I'm going
all
to back
that.
away from something.
See, and that's the key. I'm telling you, they're into it with their kids. I mean, it was just a we were in the same football organization some years back, and again, we've known each other for 10 years, and I had mentioned in a couple shows previous about how the families that you meet become family,
Absolutely.
and it is such a great thing. And to watch you two, how you've raised your children, I'm proud of you. I call them my niece and my nephew, because I'm proud of them because the way they're handling their business with their kids, it is amazing. Man, again, I wish I can go back. It's like, man, I can take notes from her.
But we
And
had
him.
great role models from you and
Oh,
Navika.
you being nice. I appreciate that. Oh, she gonna like that one. Yeah.
I was just
my-
curious. Out of curiosity, so what team did you coach for your kids?
The Sterling Heights Redskins.
Redskins. So football? Is it what-
Yeah,
football.
football. Yeah, flag
Oh,
football.
gotcha.
Yeah, flag football. Yep.
You guys won the championship your first year, didn't you?
Did we? Oh no, we came close.
Oh, you came
Yeah, we
close.
came
We
close.
made it
We-
to
the
we made it-
championship.
Yeah, we made it
Got
to-
you.
They did the
Made it to
Detroit Lions.
No,
That's
when
right.
we left and went to the Eagles, then we won a
Then
championship.
won the
Our first year at the
championship.
Eagles.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So now the Lions will do like the maps next year.
That's right.
They're going to get it.
That's right. That's right. Producer Doug, I know you got something for him.
You got
Man,
something?
chime on in.
I'm still tripping on all that
I
gas.
know.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Like I spent half of that in the week. That's crazy.
Man, I mean that's a heck of a commitment, and I don't think you guys realize that's a huge commitment of time and everything.
I wouldn't have it any other.
See,
Man.
that's what
I
I'm talking
would not.
about.
I
That's
love
what I'm
every
talking
second
about.
of it.
Man,
That's awesome.
See, you boys are gonna, once you get older, you're gonna see how important it was to have your mom and your dad did what they did for you. You will see. You're gonna do the same things for your kids. I'm gonna tell you now. And it's just your mom and dad already laid out the blueprint. So you guys are just automatically gonna be successful, and your children are gonna be successful because you're watching these two right here.
Speaking into existence, yes.
Man,
I love it.
shoot, we were listening to applause right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
I
that
did have a
was.
question. So how's being a family of athletes and influencer relationships and dynamics? Because that's kind of like what the main topic of the discussion is about. But
So I would say, as far as our relationships, it definitely makes more of a positive impact because we have a really close, tight knit family, especially because we're together all the time. We're traveling, whether it's for football, baseball, wrestling, track, basketball. We're always traveling. We're in the car together a lot. We're at home, and if we're at home, even with the boys, we'll joke and mess with them. We're like, oh, you fumbled the ball. All right, Butterfingers. Or, you missed your layup. We'll make jokes, but we also make sure we always tell them we're proud of them.
Right.
We're proud of their accomplishments. Maybe you didn't win today, but you do your best? Did you do your part? And as long as you did your part, you contribute to the team and you played as a team member in a team sport, that's all we can ask of you. So it makes us closer, it makes us stronger. And as far as the dynamics, even our boys, as much as they fight, they will go to battle for each other because they have
you
that
can
bond.
just tell by them walking. They're
brothers.
close. Yeah, they're really close.
And
That's
each
awesome.
kid gets better because Our oldest obviously started when he was 3, started playing sports, but he didn't start real football until he was 7. So we started a little later. We met our friends, turned family, as we were saying, with the Redskins, Valerie and Jay Newcomb. And so they invited us to the Redskins, and that was when our love for football really began. And we've been tied and linked into football ever since. And then Dylan got better, and he was even better than Duke at that age because he was around it since he was 3 or 4. And then this one learned how to walk at the football field.
Yes.
He was crawling up the hill, and he always wanted to have a football. So he was even better because he started even younger.
See, again, I watched what she said. I watched all of this. That's what makes me so proud of you guys, because it's like, this is just an awesome thing. And again, you guys, I consider you guys my family. I really do love you guys. Big time.
Blood couldn't make us anything close.
No, for real. No, for real. I don't deal with my blood at all. Because I got y'all. I don't need them. Anyway. Sorry, you got another one, right?
I do actually have another one, and this one I was actually kind of curious about. What is, like, has there been any, like, injuries or, like, any bad injuries between anything that's happened, or nothing?
On the count of 3, we'll say the kid that has the most injuries. 1, 2, 3.
Dylan. Yeah, he had most
Bound to get
injury.
injured?
Yeah.
Dylan is our accident injury-prone baby.
Oh, he just goes all out. That's what
He
it is.
does.
Yeah.
Dylan actually, he just competed in his first year of open wrestling this year. And with our new program, it's the De La Salle Wrestling Club, and it's our first year ever of a youth club, and he made it to states.
Wow. Yeah.
He was one of 28 in Michigan for his age and weight, so that was big.
And that kind of leads into my next one. I was going to ask you guys, I might ask this again when they're all on screen, but biggest accomplishment, like biggest accomplishments and how you guys celebrate, like, for that.
Okay, so I'll start oldest to youngest.
Okay.
Our oldest, the biggest accomplishment, as I said, he goes to De La Salle, which is one of the toughest schools academically and athletically. Last year was a struggle for him, getting used to the grading scale. So this year, his sophomore year, before the season even started, he was doing amazing at practice. He was starting to bring his grades up. He got pulled up to varsity.
Nice.
Awesome.
And so he finished the semester with a 3.1. He was on varsity as a sophomore, earned his letterman, and so that was our biggest accomplishment for him.
That's impressive.
That's my Duke.
I'm going to have to ask him when he gets on here how he balanced that, because that's a lot.
It's tough, and
That's
De La
schoolwork
Salle's
and-
schedule, their grading scale is so rigorous.
Really?
Yes. His first year, he had a 73 in biology, and he was put on academic probation, and he had a 72 in math, and he was ineligible for a period, which is why we went through that struggle. And I'm like, no, he has a 73. That is a C. And they're like, not at this school.
Right.
So he brought it up, and he said, leave me here. I'll do it, and he did it. Dylan, he graduated elementary school all the way through 4.0s. He told me he would get a 4.0, and he did so.
Awesome.
While balancing football, track, basketball, and wrestling. And
I'm getting tired again, man. How do you do this? Man, how do y'all do it?
don't know.
And he made it to state champions for wrestling, so that was exciting. And then Dominic, our other 4.0 baby,
Yes.
who wanted me to have a parent-teacher conference because he had an A-.
Student athlete.
Actually was our MVP for football, not this season, but last season.
Awesome.
And he was the starting running back. I think he did backup quarterback, backup receiver, backup a lot of spots.
Right.
And he also did wrestling and track that year as well.
Awesome.
And all 3 have been student of the month. So that
Okay.
is our biggest accomplishment.
Being a dad, I want to ask Dad a question. As far as how do you feel that when your kids excel and succeed like that, how does that make you feel? I mean, really, how does it? I just remember my son when he accomplished. I just felt I'm about 5'5" on a good day. I actually felt like 5'10".
Well, I'm 5'6", and made me feel
7.
It made me feel when they compliment. It made me feel I'm 7'6".
See?
Yeah, like I'm super proud of him.
See?
I'm
Oh, man.
super proud of him. Yes.
That's a great feeling. I mean, I feel when I see because us old folks, thank God that you young folks, you don't do. I mean, you guys still do Facebook to let us know what the kids are doing. I love to see the accomplishments. I really do. I just you guys don't think I'm watching. I'm watching y'all. I'm proud of you guys, big time, big time.
And so Riley asked how we celebrate
Oh, I did.
their
Thank you for
accomplishments.
remembering that.
Each kid is different. Duke usually wants to go to Somerset. Dylan,
Bougie.
Yeah, Boujee on the right
Bougie.
show. Better come get Unc Wild.
Dylan wants Cinnabons.
Cinnabon.
Cinnabons? Is that what you said?
Cinnabons, remember Cinnabons?
Oh, gotcha.
And Dominic usually wants to go to Texas Roadhouse. So each kid has their thing.
Awesome.
That's good. Hey, you know what? This might be a little inappropriate, but I'm gonna have to send you an invoice because I got to get a new applause button over here. Because all y'all's accolades, I'm just hitting this button. I'm like, good Lord, this is one after another. So I'm gonna start giving y'all the horns. Yeah, there we go.
I just knew that they would be the perfect family
Man.
to showcase and let everyone know, what they're in for, what these young families are in for when it comes to putting your kids in youth sports. I mean, they're doing it. They're doing it. I mean, they're laying the blueprint. I mean, they're making it look easy. We know it's not easy, but they're making it look easy.
Man, let me ask.
know?
Let me ask about you guys' engagement with the schools from an academic standpoint. Okay, he's the easy card, right? Do you guys get involved with like the parent associations or anything like that? Because I know where you guys are going to school, you guys might stick out a little bit, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you guys, is there a parent association or something that you share to let them know what, or to show them how it's really done?
I have always been that parent. Like, I went into labor with Dylan. Duke went to St. Anne when he was younger, and I went into labor because I was volunteering at the school, and I was 2 weeks overdue.
Wow.
And so I went into labor with Dylan in his classroom. Because I volunteer, that is something that's huge for me. I always have. I volunteer football and academically in the schools. I've been team mom on baseball, basketball, football. I help out with track when things are needed. There's not really a team mom for that. At school, I volunteer every chance I get. I've never missed a field trip that I was asked to chaperone for or that parents were invited to. I've never missed a function where they said, we need a parent volunteer. I will call off work. I'll let my supervisor know in advance. I am a stenographer in court, so it can get pretty hectic with trials and things. But even in my interview, I always let them know my kids come first. Right. And so I always want to make sure, especially for our boys growing up as the minorities in their schools or our neighborhoods, I always want to make sure I'm present and make sure that their mom and their dad is here. Their mom and dad will show up, will volunteer, will be here. There's someone that will always show up, whether it's a field trip, a classroom mom, a volunteer. We just need you to come make cookies, donate money, whatever it is. Come decorate locker rooms. Like, I make sure I'm always a part of that because I know one day we'll miss those memories. So.
Right. That's awesome.
You
A
know-
round of applause for that.
Well, the button's working. Okay, it's working a little bit. It's working. Go ahead.
No, Shacara mentioned that. Oh, I'm a stenographer. She's like the president of stenographers in the state of Michigan. Right. She's all over the country traveling and putting on seminars and stuff.
Jeez.
This lady is
For real.
something. Man, you're a lucky man.
I know.
Look at that.
I feel lucky.
Hey.
I don't got nothing to complain about. I'm blessed.
Amen. Hey, I had in my son's elementary school, I got involved and I started a fatherhood organization called FBI, Fathers Being Involved, right?
Okay.
And when the kids see a father in the room, it's like a different vibe, And this is a compliment. The mothers are very active there on the front, right? But when dad shows up, it's like, hold up, I got a sound for that, right? I think, hold up.
Good day.
Yeah. Okay. But it's like lights out. Dad's here, so we got to chill. Okay. So, I mean, how often do you get that opportunity, Dre, to show up and scare the room?
You see his arms?
A little often, but what's
See his arms?
what's
They
so
scared
crazy?
of him, period.
What's so crazy is I have to say, outside of my wife, Jimmy John, he told me.
Jimmy John.
Jimmy
John.
He
making me
I
hungry.
said I was gonna mess up.
He did say
Jimmy
that.
Jam. I said Jimmy Jam.
He calls
had
me
told
Unc.
me.
He
Yeah,
calls me
yeah.
Unc.
Right.
So Unc told me this back when I started coaching. I don't even know if he remember this. He said your presence means a lot. This was when Deandre was playing flag football, and I was young at the time. He told me, he said your presence means a lot. He said it's important for you to be seen.
Yeah.
And again, I didn't understand it then, but your question that you had asked me, I understand it now. Like when I do go to the schools and to the football fields and stuff like that, I feel that it is felt not through the people with my kids. Like we make eye contact. Once we do the eye contact, I don't have to say nothing. Like they go crazy. They know when their mama there, they go crazy. But we make the eye contact. I don't have to say nothing. I don't got to be that parent on the line, screaming and stuff like that. We just make eye contact.
Sweet.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
That is awesome.
And that's
That's
that
what I'm
power.
talking about.
That's the power of fatherhood.
Yeah.
That's right.
And like I said, and again, it's lifting up the moms because there's always soccer moms, there's always you know, but they never talk about soccer dad.
And we actually have dads clubs at both of their schools. There's
Okay.
Watchdogs at their school, and then there's the dads club
Nice.
at my oldest son's school.
It's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I just break it down and give you big time props on that because you guys are involved. You know.
Well, I did have a question. It was more towards the kids, but I'm not gonna have time to film another one, so I'm just gonna say it now. But having your having like your siblings or your family members on your team, have they done that before? And does it change the dynamic in any way when they're playing?
So I don't know. Can
That's a
Dylan
good
come over
question.
here for a second?
Come on.
That's
Yeah.
a good.
Yeah, okay.
Come
So
I
we're bringing
want to
them
tell you,
in.
that's a good question.
Thank you.
So
going in?
Dylan, which is my middle, my tall 12-year-old, he's taller than me.
Uh-oh.
Kneel down. There you go.
And this is my oldest one, Duke. So Dylan and Dominic actually, they won their regular football season. They won a championship on separate teams.
Oh, wow.
And then Dominic, who was, I think, were you 8 at the time? 8. And he wanted to join the 10U team. So, of course, we said, okay, go ahead. Although he was only 8, he got to play with his big brother. He was so excited. They had just won a championship. This is the same year he got MVP. He wanted to play on the 10U team at 8 years old, 50 pounds, in a tournament in Port Huron with no weight limit and, you know, you got a little older kids. As much as they fight, Dylan was ready to fight his teammates. He said, if any of y'all let my brother get hurt or let my brother get hit, I'm going to fight you. And I said, you can't do that. Dominic ran his first touchdown, ran 40 yards.
Oh my goodness. Oh man.
But he had his
Superstar.
big brother to help
Wow.
him. So the dynamic, like at home, they're fighting like cats and dogs. When they get on that field, Dylan is like, do not touch my baby brother.
Right.
That's
It all
awesome.
changes once it gets on the field.
And then Duke and Dylan, they've never actually played on a team together because of the age gap.
Okay.
But Duke has trained Dylan a lot and worked with him, and he'll work with him with his catches or passes, and vice versa. They'll do it with Dominic. They all have done 7-on-7 travel leagues and different things. So
No, he was doing the old pendulum clock thing.
Yeah.
And he almost had me like. I can see the audience. Hey, Jimmy Jam, everybody at home going.
you want to talk about how it was to play with your brother?
It's fun. It's fun, but sometimes it gets annoying because they're just like too bossy sometimes.
It gets annoying, huh? Man, I didn't use that word till I was 25. Annoying.
And when you used it, you were talking to your boss. You was like, you know what? Annoying is coming to mind right now.
That's why I'm a podcast guy now, because I don't have a job. Because I said annoying to my boss, I got fired. Yeah.
Jeez, that's awesome, man. So he's your protector,
Oh,
the
yeah.
older brother.
Oh, yeah.
Which one's the more protective over
yeah.
you? Between you two?
Here,
Both?
stop right there.
Oh, they're equally. See?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That's
Look
awesome.
see the confidence in his face. Yeah, my brother's got my back. That's what's happening, man. So tell me, when you ran that 40-yard touchdown at, how old were you? 8 years? You said he was 8 years, 40-yard with the 50 pounds more kids. How
I
much
don't know. What was the biggest? Like 100 and something pounds?
Are you serious?
Jeez.
And you ran a. So how did you feel? Did you, was your heart racing, or you just knew you had it, or you just laughing at him? I got this. How did you feel?
I knew I had it.
You knew you had it. Oh man, that's the Mapp
That's
way.
awesome.
So he got tackled, and I was ready to run out the stands. And one of the moms pulled me back and she said, remember, you let him play on the 10U, let him do it. He jumped up. He said, did you see me get hit? Did you see it? And he was so excited. So he was excited and I was ready to cry.
Okay, this one just popped in my head as far as grandparents are concerned. Now, grandparent support and how happy the grandparents are, and I'm sure they take and go back to work and talk about how great their grandchildren are at work to everybody. So tell me about that, because I know both your mom and dad, and I know, man.
My mom and dad are extremely proud of their grandbabies. My dad even had their football picture as his screensaver on his phone, his social media. My dad, I could probably count on one hand maybe, in how many years my kids have played sports that he's actually missed a game. And it's because he was an over-the-road truck driver, but he still always tried to make sure he was home for games. I don't care if it's 2 degrees or 100 degrees. He's out there in a snowsuit, pretty much freezing, red nose and everything else. Or he's in, his shorts, but he makes sure he shows up. He's traveled out of state with me to football games that we've had in Illinois or Indiana. Didn't get to make it to Boston with us. He gets to, I think, about maybe 90% of the football games, basketball games. He's gone to baseball games. The track meets he usually is not able to make it to because they're during the day and it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday. So that's a lot harder. Wrestling, he's there. He and my husband actually took, my oldest took Duke to the, the Cleveland Browns camp. And he was like, I'm not missing it. And they all drove out to Ohio together. They all drove out to Ohio together. Like, he's usually, if I say, hey, Dad, the kids got this going on, he's there. My mom will show up every chance she gets. She does not know what's going on. Dylan ran a 93-yard touchdown in the game. Oh, 91, I'm sorry. And I said, Mom, Dylan got a touchdown. She said, he wasn't even on the field, was he? But she was there. She did not know what was going on, but she is there and she is going to show up every chance she gets.
You know what I was thinking too. She said, took all the sports that they're playing and the gas and whatever. I'm seeing dollar signs. Let's talk about the meat. Okay, we got to inform parents that this ain't cheap. Am I right? Oh, you at the frown at me. I know this ain't cheap. Let's just be honest. Let's give a roundabout dollar figure for a year, or if you want to do one sport, how much you think it'll cost for, just on top of your head, because we know travel sports is expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just start with even our regular football season. Our regular football season averages, for registration, not counting equipment they need, cleats and gloves and all of the extras that they want, not necessarily need. Registration is usually about $1,100. For the 2 of them, I think it's like maybe $800 or $900. I can't remember. I just registered, but because I'm a board member, I got a little bit of a discount.
Right, that's nice.
Wrestling was about $200 to $250, but then we have to pay for every meet that we go to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Basketball, I think, was only $150, so that was the cheapest.
Oh, okay.
In addition to equipment, baseball was through our neighborhood, like a community thing, so it was about $150, $200. Track, surprisingly, is free. Actually, 16 Ways is an amazing program.
I know the person who runs
Absolutely
that.
amazing.
Yeah.
And they offer a free program in the community, but we just have to pay for every meet we go to. We pay for us and the kids. So it adds up, especially with the family of 5. You're paying $12 to $15 per person every week and driving an hour to an hour and a half away. A few weeks ago, he had to drive our oldest to Eastern because Duke runs track for his high school. Mm-hmm. And there's mandatory packages we have to get through high school for football, track. No matter what sport they play, there's mandatory packages that they need. They run a few $100. Well, he was at Eastern with him, and I was in Kalamazoo with Dylan. So now we're paying for hotels, gas. Now the travel football, I think we spent close to, $3,000 for the 3 of them. But that was for registration. That did not include any hotels when we had to go to Boston or Illinois or Indiana or anywhere else. That did not include any of that. Wow. So that is just registration. So I would say in a year we probably spend $5,000 to $6,000 or more in sports, and that's not
That's
counting.
not bad.
no,
That
no.
ain't bad.
Nah, that sounds low.
Yeah.
That's not counting, if we have to fly, if we're paying
Right.
for a flight and we're renting cars, and that's
Right.
just registering.
Right.
And so she keep up with all the records of it. I just know I get paid every Thursday.
And it's gone on Friday.
My check, there you go. My check,
Not
be-
even Friday.
My account be at a negative something.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's all
Really
worth
is.
it.
You know what we used to do as far as when my son, he was playing travel baseball or whatever, going out of state or where we just looked at it, oh, it's a vacation. So we didn't let it beat us up. Oh, it's a vacation.
And that's what we
You
do.
know.
Sometimes we're like, we just have to turn this into a vacation because we will not be taking any vacations anytime soon.
That is so awesome. Yeah. I mean, really, we know it's not cheap, and it sounds like the way you're doing it because you're a very intelligent person. You giving those numbers, you're doing something right because I know you got travel baseball teams that 5,000 to 7,000 just for travel baseball.
Yeah, baseball is very
It's
expensive.
crazy.
So I was happy that they decided not to do travel baseball.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, that baseball stuff crazy.
it's nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's worth it in the end, but like if you make it. But
Right.
you know,
Well, you know what? To me, everybody strives. They want their kids to play college or pros or whatever. But in the end, it builds your child up.
It builds their
gives
character.
Character, self-esteem. It teaches them how to work with others. Things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
For me again, I grew up in the hood. Again, I mentioned this before. Sports saved my life. I'm gonna be honest with you, and it was not to where it is now and all that. But just about everything I've learned in my life, business-wise, whatever, sports plays a part in my decision making, and again, working with people and all that kind of stuff. So you guys, I'm telling you guys are gonna use all of that which you've learned one day. So it will not go away. I'm telling you now.
I think the biggest thing we wanted them to learn most, like outside of building character and integrity with the sports, though, is learning how to lose.
Okay.
Because life will beat you down.
a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of
You're
people-
not going to win every game. You're not going to win every match, every track meet. But just like with track, I don't care. I want you to win. I don't care if you win. I want you to beat your PR. Because if you beat your PR, now you're growing.
Tell them what your PR is.
Personal record.
There you go. See?
Oh, okay. For you, it's
Yeah.
personal records.
Yeah.
Ours is public relations.
That's why we want to let folks know.
You want to beat your own
Or here
personal
at the,
record.
at the building is paying rent.
And for football, it's like, okay, if you set out to get 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, or let's say if you're playing on offense, but you didn't get the ball. What are you doing to get the ball? Like maybe they didn't throw you the ball, interject yourself.
Right.
Get a pick 6, intercept, do something like at the end of the day, the same way that you're ready to jump out there on offense, you have to put that same pressure on the defensive side. When it comes to basketball, if your goal is to score 15 points, 20 points, whatever it is, like long as you make sure you're doing what you're doing, even if you don't win, did you put your best foot forward? Did you give it your effort? Did you do everything you could do? That's all we can ask of you.
Deandre's and Shakara's energy. How can these kids? It's impossible for them to fail. The energy from the parents just shows.
Yeah.
Again, I'm proud of you guys. These kids
Thank
are going to
you.
be something. You guys don't really even know it yet. They just don't know how lucky you guys are, man. To have parents like this, man. It is.
But that's just like
They
you,
got
Jimmy Jam.
whoopings.
The way you are supportive with your kids.
Well,
Hey, Jimmy ain't say this on the show. He hadn't said it, but your son has how many times has he bowled 300?
None.
None.
No,
Or
but
is it
he's
your
at the
daughter?
high 70. Well, she was close a couple times, but she was all county and he was all county and all that kind of stuff, and it was just too easy for them, as far as the bowling. They ain't like it as much as I thought.
Kensington and
they should have.
Covington are beasts.
And that's what
Yeah.
I was gonna get ready to
Yeah,
say.
well.
Like, he don't give himself a lot of credit. He don't like it. But like I said, he taught us a lot.
And he was out there on that field
Yeah.
coaching at the
Yeah,
Redskins.
he taught us a lot. He taught
just
us a
as
lot.
much.
Like we call it cutthroat. Like he gonna tell you how it is. How it is. He gonna tell you how it is, whether you want to hear it or not.
My kids may not have thrown 300s, but they ranked in scores in the state too. So I meant that. Meant them. should have mentioned that as well.
Well, see, I
You
don't know enough about,
Right,
I mean,
right.
I just know that they're great.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They were pretty good athletes. They were pretty good.
And I'm the same way because I don't know nothing about bowling. I just know every time I see him upload his videos, I know he throwing the ball. He knocking most of the pins down.
I know
I
that's
don't know
right.
nothing about it. I'm getting busy.
Last
around
week we
here.
went bowling. I got a 90, and the second one I got 100. I'm like, all right, I hit 100. I'm ready.
And the three figures. Hey, here's what I was going to do. I was going to say if we can play musical chairs on this
Yes.
side, but we're going to do something impromptu. Jimmy Jam, the audience is going to see if you can pull this off. You have to do a commercial about your watch while we are making the changes on the set. Okay? Go.
Okay.
Here's
This
the camera,
watch
Jimmy
here-
Jam.
Yeah, hey, my name is Jimmy Jam. On the cruise, Carnival Magic, I saw this watch that, it sold itself to me. And it is an Invicta. And, I'm sorry, but, I got a couple Rolexes, whatever. But I just had to have this Invicta because it matches my cufflink. If you can see the little red in there, yeah, this is what sold itself to me. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. You cut that
That's
out,
right. That's the Invicta watch, available
Invicta.
on a cruise ship near you.
That's right. And it matches the crocodiles too, and the socks.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And just on a side note, that's a heavy watch.
That is heavy.
You know.
Yeah, man. If I throw a left hook, man, I'm knocking whoever out for real because the momentum. Yeah.
Well, check it out. Okay, so now we played musical chairs, and we played impromptu commercial and sponsorship time. Now it's time for the other half.
Back to the action.
Should we start from oldest to youngest or youngest to
I
oldest?
kind of want to. Maybe we go oldest, young, because I got a question that all three of them can answer. So
Let's let them get their names first, though.
Yeah.
Go one by one.
Oh, for names.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look in that camera right there and tell the people.
Dre.
All right. Dre Mapp.
Dude.
Dylan.
Dylan Mapp.
Dominic Mapp.
Dominic Mapp. That works. That works. Go ahead, guys.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So now we got you guys. What is your guys' favorite sport out of all? Because you guys play a lot of sports. So in your opinion, what is your favorite too?
Football, for sure.
Football is your favorite.
Football for sure.
Yeah.
Football.
And what are your guys' positions playing football?
Receiver and DB.
Receiver and safety.
Receiver and DB.
Okay. So all very similar.
Oh yeah.
Try not to
Running back
slide
and
it too much, fellas. Leave that where it is, and he'll have to stand up.
Y'all just both.
The audience is getting the. We're gonna talk about ice skating just to play it off.
So I'm going to ask a controversial question here because, again, life isn't fair all the time when it comes to sports. And I'm going to ask you this question because you're older now and I know you've seen some things. How did you handle when you knew you were better than the next player and this guy played in your position? So how did you handle that and what did you do to get your position back?
At first it was more me beating myself up, like, maybe I'm not good enough, that type of thing. And then, I talked to my pops about it, and he really just pushed me. He was like, look, you can't worry about the others. You can only worry about what you can do. So, it was just me getting myself better.
See, there you go. You ain't even got to worry about the next guy.
Yeah.
It don't matter. It matters up here to you.
Yeah.
Okay, what about yourself, young man? Tell me a controversial thing that I don't think any of them kids are ever better than you on the team, were they?
Well, I had to deal with that a kid kept getting the ball like all the time,
Okay.
and I was getting pretty mad about it. But then I stopped getting mad about it and tried to get better.
Okay. Question for you. Was that the coach's kid getting the ball?
No.
It wasn't the coach's kid? That had to be the coach's nephew or something. Oh, man. The parents was giving the coach a lot of money to play that kid, give him the ball. Was that kid that
You
good?
got what, 2 or 3 interceptions?
He
He got the ball.
Say, you got the ball yourself. There you go. What about you?
I don't really got anything.
Yes, you do. You got
I don't
something.
know. I don't
You got your hair did.
I got my hair. But I don't really have anything to say.
You don't.
You haven't
But
experienced
you just.
that?
He is the controversy. Okay, he don't have to worry. They're going home crying to their parents. He beat me off the field.
Well, tell me this. Okay. Do you feel that as you get older, I can definitely ask you this question. Do you feel that sports is always going to be a part of your life now, since you're at that? I mean, you're at that age where you kind of know, even when you have your own kids, you're going to do something in sports.
Right.
Do you really feel that?
Yeah, that's what I really believe. Obviously I want to play college ball and NFL stuff like that. But if I ever have a family, they're definitely playing some type of sport.
Awesome,
Right, yeah.
awesome.
And I'm gonna be the grandma at every.
That kind of leads into my question, Jimmy. I was gonna ask for future wise, do you guys see yourself like playing college ball, like you said, or do you see playing football in your future? You two are still a little young, but do you want to play it like in college?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And NFL too, I assume.
Yeah.
But the number one is what? Because I know Mommy don't want to hear all about, and she alluded to that earlier as far as the grades are concerned. Those are very, very, very important, aren't
Yeah,
they?
they are.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what
That's
it's
how you
all
get
about.
those scholarships.
No, really. I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys are going to be well-rounded. These boys are going to save you guys some money.
I sure hope so,
College,
because the money
I'm
we're
telling you.
spending now, we're hoping is
Yeah.
an investment for the
Man.
future.
So, tell us any of your accolades, what made you feel good about any of your performances. I mean, you can go back to when you were at the Redskins or the Eagles or high school now. Just give us a couple examples of how did you feel when you were, successful at.
Honestly, like when I have big moments, obviously I enjoy them. But like,
Yes.
first thing I do is go back to them, my parents,
See,
and hearing them tell me how I did things I did wrong, things like that type of thing. That's really what motivate. Like,
that is awesome. I'm telling you, parents, you very important, very important. You hear that? The kids look towards you for their what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out.
Support and
Dr.
encouragement.
There you go. That's 2 words. Good. But yeah.
Oops.
So I mean, it's very important. I mean, parents, really, especially the days like when I came up, kids all got together and played sports or whatever in the streets or whatever. Nobody's doing that now.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything's organized sports. So it's very important for the kids and and their parents. They look for, instead of looking for other kids, they look for their parents.
Yep.
Okay, to give them that support and whatever. So it was a great thing. Again, I just want to give a hand clap.
Yeah,
to
your
mom
parents
and
are
dad
amazing.
for raising you guys. And you guys are very handsome too.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna skip to this one. He's in high school. What about the girls? They chasing you down?
man, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's my man. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
So that next question is, what's your biggest challenge in high school? The girls chasing you down.
Believe it,
Don't let them mess you up now.
It's really staying focused. Like, getting into high school, like middle school, I went to public school to start off, so I was able to kind of like fool around more and still be where I needed to be. And like being at Dealers Hill, it's a lot harder. So
It's a different animal.
yeah, I really had to drop like the playing around and stuff like that. Like I really had to focus because I saw myself starting to slip. Yeah.
I hate to say this, but there's a difference in, my parents sent me to Catholic schools. I mean, from first grade all the way up, whatever. And, it was a difference between me and some of the kids I grew up with. It just was. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
The discipline, and, you couldn't screw around and whatever. I just remember even when I went to college, things were different. It's like I felt I was way ahead of some kids. And, I mean, I went to Catholic schools. I got to give it to Catholic schools. I'm just, I mean, it helped me. I'm not saying anything bad about any other schools. I'm just saying that they prepare you. I mean, plain and simple. I wish they'd have prepared me to be a little taller, but they didn't do that. Hey, but so now you're seeing it for yourself, though.
Yeah, especially like sports, where like, being in little league stuff like that. I was always like more of a go-to type of player. I ain't never really had the experience like battling for spots and stuff
Gotcha.
like that. So going to high school, I was like, oh, like I'm already a good player. I should be good. But like getting there, you really see, like.
Well, you know what? You do see some things, but you're going to see some unfairness. I know you being politically correct. I won't be politically, because I've seen some stuff.
Yeah.
That's not fair, but it builds you too.
it does.
The unfairness builds you up. So, okay, Diamond, it's your turn. Tell us about some of your accolades and did we already ask that question? Just tell us how you just tell us how you love sports and why you love sports.
I grew up around sports with Deandre,
Okay.
and I love sports because football I've been in my life the whole time,
Okay.
and it got me focused,
Awesome.
and it helps me block out everything.
Okay. Awesome. Your turn, young man.
I like sports because, like what Dylan said, I've always been around sports. And if I make it to the pros, I can make easy money just from playing a sport that I love.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's great.
Uncle Jam might need a couple dollars. 'Cause I'm broke. 'Cause I'm counting on you in my return.
I'll give you like a couple thousand.
A couple thousand, okay. He gonna get you an Invicta watch. Just kidding. Producer Doug, I know you got something, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, you guys actually hit on it when you were talking about the difference, like the high school level. I mean, the public school. I hate to say that way, but public school is a little different. And I know from my son being in a private school as well, the level of expectation of the teachers are higher.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, and that was because the parents, they're like, we're paying all this money. You know, y'all better do something. And so I just think the overall levels of expectations are different in a private school. And when Jimmy Jam said about going to Catholic school, see, he was the one in Catholic school, and we were the ones sitting at home playing while he was studying the Bible. And the sister at the church was like, your neighborhood kids are going to hell.
Oh, that's true. Them nuns beat the mess out of me. Man.
Sister
Mary Justice. I remember her.
You having a flashback. You
Yeah,
jump
I
to the
am.
next
Yes,
one.
I am. Oh,
No,
yeah.
but that's good. I just like to see that the young man notices the difference. And the key thing you said was, I had to straighten up. I had to focus.
Yeah, most
I had to, yeah.
And it makes a difference with your circle of friends.
Oh
too.
yeah, it does.
Like, you got your friend here, you got Micah here with you, you've got Dude, you've got Cam, you've got your friends, James, and different friends that really push you when he would start slipping. They're like, listen, you got to get it together. And they would get him, like, he'd be like, Mom, we're about to do homework. You know, they about to go to study hall with me.
Dang.
So,
See,
your circle of
see,
friends
hey,
is different.
She just bought something huge.
Hey, now this is a producer Dougism. Now, Jimmy Jam, he went to the Catholic school, right? And I was one of the knuckleheads at the private school. So I would come home and play. And then they'll all be gone. My dad's like, do your homework, right? And one day, Jimmy Jam, Bruce. Bruce looked at me. He says, Doug, do you know why you're the only one outside playing? Because the rest of us are doing our homework. And I was like, dang, that makes all kind of sense. So it's to the point is that your peers, who you surround yourself with, can influence your outcome. If you hang around a bunch of slackers, then if there are 4 slackers and you're hanging with them, you're going to be the 5th slacker.
Exactly.
But if you're around 4 winners, which you happen to be, each one of you all are around 4 winners. Your 2 parents and your 2 brothers. That's for real. And I'm just proud of you guys. I mean, it's happy. I'm just glad to see a family that's kicking it like that.
And, you know, really, I got to say this about producer Doug. He might have played himself down a little bit. I don't know why. But he owns all of this Global Content Venture Studio.
Oh, man.
Yes, baby.
Oh,
That's why
man.
we're here today.
So that, hold on. Here it is. Hey, that's all fun until it's time to pay for everything. No, but having great families in like this, I mean, this is the first family.
Yeah, definitely
Literally.
the first family.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
And you all have set the bar because the Halsey Knacks or whatever family's gonna come up next. They're gonna be like, well, we played kettleball coming up. Shoot.
No, this is huge. I hope everybody's watching that's going to be watching this podcast gets a lot out of this. I mean, it's a lot of work. None of it's easy. Nothing in life is easy if it's worth it, plain and simple.
That's the slogan. If it ain't rough, it ain't right.
There you go. Nice.
Like
very.
that.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, that's very good.
excellent. But I mean, this is. I mean, again, producer Doug mentioned this is the first family that we've. And I couldn't wait to get them on because I knew that they will get the message across that what to do and how to do it, when to do it, and whatever. All the balancing it takes to do it, especially with three boys. You know.
A lot of long days and sleepless Nice.
See, there you go.
For sure.
Can I throw a question in? I'm sorry about
By all
this.
means.
We typically, it's come to be a habit of ours. But what do you guys think of participation trophies?
Oh yeah, it's crazy. Look at all their faces. Okay,
None
this
of
is gonna be
their
good. This is
sport,
gonna be
they
good.
don't get participation trophies in the sport.
Yeah, I would. There's been times when we were younger.
I said now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
How would you feel though if
Yeah.
you guys put in all that work? You watch your parents run all over. What is it? What county you guys in?
We're in Macomb County, yeah.
Macomb County, all over the place, downtown to uptown, and you all get the same little bitty trophy as the kid that didn't even show up to practice.
Isn't that something?
I would rather just not get a trophy at that point. Like
That a boy.
I don't know, participate. It's like you could put in 1,000 times more work. You could have, or football term, you could have 100 touchdowns. The kid next to you could never touch the ball. And y'all getting the same
trophy.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
And then that kid who didn't play, dad goes to work, and then look at my son.
Yeah.
You know.
Brags it up.
Yeah.
Or that parent that drops some money
Right.
and then their kid is playing all the time.
And then it's like I feel it motivates you more knowing that, okay, I see this big trophy over here. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Other than, okay, I know
I'm gonna get one.
the season ends, I'm going to get the same thing. We're cool.
Exactly.
Like, you know.
Man.
Yeah.
So let that be a message
You wanna tell them
to all.
about when you said you were gonna get the MVP a year before you got it.
Oh yeah.
They both said, like, all of them have had it at some point, but each of their last football seasons on their, like, when they did freshman, they both a year in advance. They didn't get the MVP, and they said next year I'm getting it. They
So-
put in the extra work. They did what they needed to do because they didn't want the medal that everybody gets. They don't get trophies. They usually get a medal, but they wanted the MVP, so they got it. And then, like I said, when Dominic did the 10U up in Port Huron, he also got Offensive Player of the Game as well.
Awesome.
At 8.
Wow.
I'm telling you, y'all making me break the button on this control.
I did want to say something.
Please.
Yeah,
Come on, Dad.
You know, I don't talk much, but like sit here watching the podcast and stuff like that. Watching him, my oldest son talk. I'm proud of all three of them. But watching him talk and saying what he's saying, I'm very proud of him. It just showed me how much he matured. It did show me how much
These
he
are some
matured.
very-
But it's also showing how much he listened to you.
Man.
Yes.
And then I ain't gonna lie, I got goosebumps
See?
watching them.
See?
Just sit here watching
I
them.
was looking at you. I saw your face go
Yeah,
up, up, up.
it did.
He listened.
And also, I wanted to tell y'all, all three of you guys, I follow you guys and I watch you all the time, and y'all doing some amazing work. I'm trying to tell you,
Thank
keep
you.
up the good work.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you guys doing,
Thank you, man.
and I'm trying to tell you, it's up from here. It's up from here.
I mean, we're really trying to make a difference. It's just not a podcast to us. We're trying to really make a difference in the community by bringing information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It started out as a cornhole podcast, and it has
Evolved.
to this what it is now. And we think well, our goal is to help families.
Yes.
You know, help families with the information, and having a family like you on here. You just,
example.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. You just don't know. People going to see this. They're going to get a spark. They're going to get a spark because of because you guys are on here. So we thank you. Thank you for being a great family.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to tell you this before we go. I don't know if you remember, I was posting up crazy stuff when I was younger on Facebook.
Okay.
And you corrected me. You said, Deandre, this is the time I was coaching. You said, you called me. I call it pulling my coattail. You pulled my coattail. You said, Deandre, I don't want to get in your business, nothing like that. You put up this video. It don't look good. You coaching these people kids. It don't look good. And I checked myself. I said, I'm glad you told me that. I didn't realize how it looked. From that point on, I built my page a totally different way, straight positive, because I didn't realize people was watching me.
Right.
But again, it took for you to tell me that, because other people, sometimes people will watch you make a ASS of yourself.
Right. Yeah.
But you pulled my coattail and you told me, you said, get yourself together.
Right. Well, I'm just going to say this. We said this is going to be controversial. There are people watching us, okay? There are people in the media that look at families like us, people like us, and think we're crap. I hate to say it. And they want to think the most negative thing about us. And guess what? We're fathers. We're out there with our kids. As you can see, this is another family. But they want to, the media wants to put out the negative stuff about
Black fathers.
Right, black fathers.
That's
Period.
all.
I mean, we're out there. We're out there. We're raising our kids to be strong, plain and simple.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just saying we've been through, especially in Macomb County where we live. Let's just be honest. It's not. It might be easier now, because this guys like me that've been out there for 25 years that, walk down the street with his Yorkie, they want to call the police. And I've lived there longer than them. To now, well, hopefully you guys aren't experiencing these things. But see, I'm bringing up people. Oh, that doesn't happen. Bull crap, it does. It happens. Okay?
And one thing I picked up on was that the power. You guys see your mom as, man, she's in our corner. She's supporting us, and then it shows how when you use Jimmy Jam as an example, when he pulled your coattail, right? You listen. So you're only going to learn if you're willing to get taught, right? And that came from the top down. Your dad, he's the example.
Yeah, that's
He ain't all that he can't be taught, and that's why you said what you said.
Yeah,
You watching.
That's one thing I can't say. Like, when it comes to anything I want to do, whether it's football or like anything, my parents, like my mom, if I tell her like, hey, Ma, I want to do this camp, she'll make sure I got it. But like with my pops, they saying it's more like, we don't do good, you're gonna be great. So like, my pops, he like when I was younger, like Redskins, real young, he used to take me to the park, and they used to make sure this is what I want to do. They used to ask me all the time, like, are you sure this is what you want to do?
Because once you start,
Yeah.
you can't stop.
You can't stop. Right. And he used to have me doing push-ups, sit-ups, all that. I used to be squatting with tears coming down my face. And I ain't gonna lie, in the moment, at that time, I used to.
He didn't like Dad at that point. My dad was mean as a snake, but I'm glad he was, because it caused me to,
Yeah, now I see for sure, like it definitely, like, shaped me to, like, how I am now.
Awesome.
For sure.
Hey, man, somebody in back there tearing up, huh? You should be. I get it. No, I understand. Hey, man, because when you hear your kids, hey,
That's
for
awesome,
real.
man.
No, that is.
That's awesome.
There's a lot to be said
That's
with
what I'm
that.
talking about.
And see,
Yeah.
y'all take a note of that, too, because most cats will be like, wait, I got to do this. I got to put the camera on me. Man. Dang. Somebody got some clarity up in here. Change the air filters. It's dusty. He has emotion. He and that started the fact that he knows how to love. He sacrificed. Think about it. He could be doing some stuff for himself, but he sacrificed because he's got 3 looking up to him, and then one's looking at him. And everybody's looking for him like, okay, what's the direction? If he's going to slack, y'all next. But he's hitting it, and y'all are learning from that. And that's what family is. And that's why it meant so much to him. And that's why it makes him tear up. And I know Jimmy Jam, and I know me.
Man,
What
this is hard. I'm
the Kleenex?
I'm trying to hold him in for man. Oh my goodness.
But look at that. Good
Right,
fathers hang
right.
around good fathers.
That's it.
He been talking
That's right.
about the Mapp family for
Oh yeah, for a while. I already knew. I already had a plan last year.
Yeah.
If we do sports, I wanted you guys, because you guys again are the example. You guys are the example. And look how these boys turned out. I'm proud of you guys.
And see, the NFL draft was in Detroit a couple, 3-4 weeks ago, whenever
Right.
it was.
Yeah, whenever it was.
But this is what people don't see. They just see the young black athlete making all that money and doing all of this and doing all of that, but they don't know the story behind that as a team behind the athlete.
You know what I hate to say, to chime in, usually they just so with the mama.
Yeah.
The mom. Come on, with the
Hi,
mama.
Mom.
Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. Media, I'm telling you, the media, man. The media's the devil. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Well, again, you guys are a perfect example of why you calling the media a liar. Really. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us get this message over big time.
Man.
You guys are just wonderful.
Like Jimmy Jam said, this is for the people, and for the people to see that, wow, the kids that we see, they are different. There's a stereotype about, young guys of color. Yeah. They, I'm going to say it like I really want to say it. A lot of people don't expect black boys to do anything. you know, you guys are evolving into black men because you have a black man that's leading you guys, that's supported by a good black woman of color. And that's what it's all about. When you have that going back and forth in that team, man, man, you going the Super Bowl territory there. So, all right, I'm just going to mention one more record, Jimmy Jam and Riley, that they have already broken.
Really?
Yes.
The time slot?
Man, let me tell you, the Mapp family.
Oh my God!
They 1 hour, 11 minutes in. Hey.
That was amazing.
I gotta say this. Producer Doug, he's
right, man.
Holy smoke. Man, you talking about time, he be like this. After 2 minutes, you gotta cut it. And, I mean, see, I be like, nah, right, he don't know, he don't be playing. So this is a huge, I'm telling you, I hope everybody gets to see this. It doesn't matter what color you are or whatever. This is information for everybody.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Wow.
Anybody got any one last word from every person? Let's start with you, young man.
You know, if there's any cute girls watching,
My man. Oh, they gonna be watching.
I know where to go.
All right, my man in the middle. What you got?
I don't got none.
Not
You ain't
yet.
got none?
Not yet. Okay, now I know he's got something.
Dominic, what did you say you was gonna say?
Oh yeah, I'm drinking. I just gotta say it again. I'm the most handsome.
There you go. There you go. Confidence.
Mom,
Okay.
what you got to say?
I just want to say, especially coming from a mom of all boys, I'm not raising what some may think is thugs or anybody else. I'm raising young men. I'm raising future kings. I am raising men of tomorrow, and I'm raising someone's husband. So I just want to make sure that we are doing the best we can do, and I am raising them with my husband to make sure that we are doing everything we can, that when our boys step to your daughters or step to yours in your school or in your place of business, you know they were raised with love, they were raised to have character, to have integrity, and that you don't just see them as another young black male walking into your business as a stereotypical, young black boy.
Oh my gosh, I just got chills on that.
That's the whole body.
Dad, your turn.
Come on, Dad. That's
So
right.
I'm just gonna keep it short and sweet. They is too handsome, so I gotta push them down the stairs a couple of times to get them started.
That's tough love. Tough love and leadership.
You see Dad's arms? You see Dad's arms? They really don't want to get pushed by. I got to talk about my nephew here, Deandre. Man, look at this boy's physique, man. This boy be working out, man. I be trying to get on Facebook like I'm working out because I want to impress him. I know I ain't, but I want to look like this guy.
Look, he said he gonna push us downstairs. Just like a couple weeks ago or a month, he just fell downstairs. Wait, listen. Everyone was asleep. He woke up the whole house, even our dog.
Oh, you went.
Hey, he hit the bottom. He was like, and see, this is how you're not supposed to sleepwalk.
he for sure tried to play it off. Look, I'm down there. He got up. He talking about, no, I'm just stretching. He was just sitting on the floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool. Jimmy Jam?
You know what? I guess we're gonna want to say something before we close, Riley.
I was just gonna say thank you guys so much for coming on. It was amazing, man.
No problem.
Wow.
Thank you for having me.
You
guys,
in on our
great
bonus
family.
baby, Micah.
Micah.
Oh, yeah, Micah.
Hey, you
Come
know the
on,
mic.
man.
Micah,
Come on over
man.
here, Micah. Come on, man.
Like sit over, like nope.
The dynamic duo right here. They just walk around, the girls just follow them. That's all they do. Yeah.
So I just wanted to make sure our bonus baby got in as well. This is our bonus baby, Micah.
But now, Micah, now you got all this body mass and all this at the table. Please don't tell me you do needlepoint and quilting and stuff.
And it's all natural.
You play sports? You also in sports?
Yeah, I play sport. I play football.
They go
Okay.
to school together.
Nice.
Oh, man.
See what I mean? You hang around, 4 winners, you're going to be the 5th. You see what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm telling you, families too. I mean, me coming up, there was a family that kind of took me in too, and that loved me, and I still, one day I'll talk about that. But I can see that there with this family for you. Yeah. I know you love them, and you're gonna always love them, and it's great to be a part of it. People take you in, man, and it's just a wonderful thing.
This our bonus baby, and he is his parents' bonus baby.
Yeah, it's like a second family.
That's what's
I can definitely say Micah pushed me too. He another one.
Hey,
And look, I want to tell you, You my favorite. Producer Doug my favorite, but my ultimate favorite is Raleigh, though. I watch the show for Raleigh.
All right.
I love Raleigh.
Fabulous. Well, I guess we're about to close, Doctor.
That's the deal.
I mean, Doctor. Well,
Well,
call him Dr. Craig.
Yeah.
Producer Doug. I mean, Producer Doug is the man. That's all I gotta say. That's my guy. He allows us. He gives us because of Producer Doug. We have a format to bring families on like yourself, and I'm gonna get mine in there. So I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of you guys. That's right.
We love you.
And, but you know what? And see, Jimmy Jam does all that rah because he and I were going back and forth about something, and you know he wants to throw a lot of what word am I looking for? Responsibility of me being all of this because I have equipment, but without someone that knows how to reach out to a family and bring in some quality interviews, there would be no show.
Because you could have busy running this place.
Well, yeah. Hey, I'm busy doing that, but you out there with the people and bringing in quality people. You aren't bringing in dog food. You bringing in filet mignon.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes.
I'm a surf and turf.
Well,
You know what?
your kids will get it for you by the truckloads.
You know, I want to
I
say
like
this.
my lobster and my steak.
You know, I wanted to say this about Deandre and Shacara, too. A young couple, they met. You guys met in high school, right?
It'll be 19 years in July.
See, 19 years in, and
Ooh-wee.
see, they remind me of me and my wife. We've been together since high school, and when I see them, I mean, I'm proud of you guys because you guys been together. A young couple been together forever, and that's what it's all about. You guys are an example. I'm telling you.
I was
man.
actually, he'll be 16 in July. I was 16 when I met him.
No kidding. Wow. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's love. Big time.
Yeah.
And look what this love have produced.
Success.
These four handsome, well, three, well, plus one. All right. So I just hope you guys had a blast day. I know I had fun.
I had a great time.
You know, this was good. A lot of energy and everything. And you know, my nephew here, he said earlier he don't like to talk much. We got a lot out of him today. Love it, man. But good. I'm glad you guys had the time to come and grace us with your presence here on the Bad Boujee Bros Sports Podcast.
All right, y'all.
you.
Thank you so very much.
Great show, guys. Great show. Nice.